Hi everybody and welcome back to Flex. I'm Jeanette Diergaard, your presenter for Flex, and today we will be having a very interesting conversation with Riaan Grobler from the Global Bodybuilding Organisation. So they are planning an Titan Elite competition, that it will be an international type of competition that will be affiliated with a global organization, the Bodybuilding Organisation. So stay tuned if you want to find out more about that and what it will all entail. There will be categories for your models. It will be beach bodies, so you don't have to be a hardcore crazy, or not crazy, but a hardcore bodybuilding person. So if you have a sexy body, you know, that looks good in a bikini, then you can compete. So stay tuned to find out more. So I hope you all will have a great interview and enjoy the interview with us. Hi everybody, I am joined with Riaan Grobler. He is the director of the Global Bodybuilding Organisation. Riaan, welcome.
Thank you, Jeanette. Thank you so much.
I'm excited to hear what is GBO and everything that you guys do and what you guys are planning. Can you just give us a brief background on GBO?
Thank you, Jeanette, and thank you so much for everybody for this opportunity. I think the big idea for GBO is to create an event for body to showcase their bodies. Yes. But the more important part of this was actually to show the transformation that can happen in 3 to 6 months' time when you're committed to a show like GBO or the Global Bodybuilding Organisation. And the whole idea was created by Bob Johnson, who is the director of GBO International, is to showcase and give people the opportunity to do that. And to give you an idea, GBO is one of the fastest growing organizations in the world. And there's representation of it in Europe, Italy, South Africa. Namibia is the last one to be added to the list. So we're pretty excited about the opportunity to have it in Namibia for the first time.
Yes. And can you also perhaps just tell us about the Mr. and Miss Titan that you are planning?
Yeah, so basically Mr. and Mrs. Titan Elite is a show that we named ourselves, so there was no need for an exact GBO title. But the important part was actually to just have to say, you know what, you want to become a Titan, the Titan body. So, but there's different aspects to this. We know everybody is not on the same page or not in the same time of their life in terms of the exercise and their commitments. So we literally created a lot of categories to help everybody out in terms to compete in the Mr. and Mrs. Titan Elite. So elite is not to say you have to be elite to compete. It's just say that's where we're working towards. It's the end goal. So again, this competition is literally not for professionals. And I want to say it again, it's not for professionals. It's literally for everybody who wants to try out to say, how can I change my body in 2 to 3 or 4 months' time and stand on stage and be judged according to certain criteria that is on international standards.
Okay, so can you just perhaps explain the different categories that there will be?
100%. So in terms with the gentlemen, we made it really easy for them. So okay, we had the first division, which is the basically entry-level division, but also a bit more complicated than it sounds, is our gene model division, which means the guys can stand on stage with their jeans.
Not in a Speedo.
Not in a Speedo, not in a Speedo. So if they're very uncomfortable with standing with the Speedo, they literally compete in the jeans. So you still need to look good, but we're looking for the model look. You know, there's those cover models. Yeah. Those are the boys we're looking for, which means the body needs to shape, but you need to be sort of photographic, able to look good in a jean. That's the guy. So it's not the big boys. Yeah. It's the good-looking boys. Those are the guys.
The sexy boys, handsome ones.
The handsome ones, the beautiful boys, the attractive boys. So that's the one. So hopefully after that we could get some contracts with them from the local agencies to use them. You know, it's just a space we can showcase in the guys because they never had the opportunity to show it. And interesting enough is the entries we have on the model is actually looking really good. Okay. So the gents say, well, you know what, give me a chance. I'll go. I'll do it. Although they have never been on stage, they have never been in front of a camera, nothing. So it's very exciting. That's basically the first division. The second one is our beach boys. So if you, the guy, looks good on the beach and the girls are looking at you, that's the one. So we want you on stage as well, which basically you need to make more muscle definition. You know, we're looking at the broader shoulders, a bit bigger arms, the V-type of shape, you know, not the Johnny Bravo look, but the V-type of shape. You know, we need to see some abs. But basic, and then we have what we call the fitness division. So that's the guys that we're really looking at. That's the hardcore guys, if we can call it that. So everything needs to be in proportion. We need to be shredded to pieces. We want to see every muscle you have in your body. It's if you twitch, we need to see the muscles twitch everywhere. So that's basically the men in short. And they have criteria. So they will need to come on stage. They will need to pose. They need to walk around. And they need to show off their bodies. It's the only time that you are officially allowed to show off your body.
Yeah. So is that category then the people that is hardcore into bodybuilding?
Yeah. So those are the guys that will probably end up going to South Africa to compete there, to try and win there. And if they win there, they can actually be given a pro card status, which means you can start competing internationally. So those are all the guys. But again, that's why we start with the models, then the beach boys, and then we go to the hardcore guys.
Yeah. So if the models want to become the hardcore guys, they can always do that.
It's up to them.
Yeah.
It's always something to work for. Yes. So if you want to stay in the model division, that's it. Stay there. You want to be a beach boy, you stay there. You want to be the hardcore guy, it's your choice.
Okay, awesome. So let's talk about the female division and what the different categories they are. So I know what I can prepare for.
So basically, in terms of the ladies, it's a bit more difficult than guys. Okay. Reason being, because you don't want a competition where the ladies feel they'll never make it. Okay. So we categorize it, and the easiest way to say it is soft, harder, hard. Okay. Which means our first division is what we call a swimsuit division. Really thought about it. What can we do to really help ladies to get on stage? And the easiest way was to create a swimsuit division, which basically means it's a smooth look. We're not looking for all the hardcore muscles. We're not looking for definition. We're looking for the smooth look, which basically means it's also a type of model look, because most of your swimsuit models, they have a smooth look. They're not dripped. They just look good in a bikini or a full swimsuit or what you call a hot pants. So in short, the swimsuit division is your entry-level division, but also it's very characteristic of who you are. And you can choose your bikini. There's no prescribed. We just say there is certain cuts that's not allowed on stage. But in terms of it's what you bring to stage, it's basically your personality you bring to stage. With your smooth look and your personality, at the end of the day, that's the one you want to be noticed on. Yeah. And then we have the beach girls. So it's basically the same as the beach boys. You really look good in a bikini, so you need a two-piece bikini to compete in. There is certain criteria for the bikinis, but that's a bit harder. So we need to see some abs, we need to see some shoulders, some quads, some glutes shaping, and it's a bit harder. It's a bit harder to get to the beach girls division. Yeah. And then we have also what we call the fitness division. The fitness division is, again, everything needs to be in symmetry, proportions need to be right. The glutes need to be perfect, the hammies, the quads, everything needs to be in proportion. And then you really need to pose. That's a big pose off, because if you present your body wrong, if you twist the body wrong, we might see something that we're not supposed to see, or see something that we wanted to see that you didn't show us, and you actually had it. So the posing becomes very important in your fitness divisions, both in men and women. Your posing is very important, because the angles you stand at and the lighting is so important.
So a different angle can mean like a point that you don't get.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
A pose will then be helping you to actually win.
Yeah.
So is there then any training, let's say, okay, but if you're gonna compete in that division, then you should already know these things? Or do you guys also provide a kind of, this is how you should do it?
Yeah. So again, like I said, this competition is not professionals. We have really or none professional athletes in Namibia, unfortunately. And I think that's one of the ideas behind the GBO, is to give people the opportunity to get pro status and to really start competing at next levels than just going to the gym every day and looking good. It's really to see where I can go. So yes, so your fitness divisions, especially fitness divisions, you need to know what you're doing. But there's obviously a lot of videos and stuff that you guys can look, but there will be number one, preliminary judging. It's just to make sure that you are in the right division, because you might enter for a swimsuit, but you actually look like a fitness model. And we said, so you know what, we need to move you. So there's preliminary judging, but there will also be training on how to move on stage and how to do your pose of, how to walk. What is how to do the smooth walk and look, walk with finesse. So that's what I'm looking for. For the girls. So yes, there will be training on this closer to the competition time, which will probably be in October and beginning of November. But it is important. The posing is really important, and you need to be comfortable doing it. So usually they train very hard in the gym and on the cardio machines, but it's just as important to train your posing and your walking, because you don't look good walking, you might lose some points.
Yeah. Okay. So you said that it might be in October or November.
Yeah. So what we're going to try to do is, we do have a lot of guys from the coast that has entered, and a lot of guys from the central. So we might have 2 sessions, one in October, which might be in Windhoek, and then the second one in November in Sakkerpoort or Walvis Bay. So it depends. We'll see. We're still see where the categories are, because there's still a lot of people entering. And our interest only end at the 5th of November. So for those who are still very hesitant, they have time to train still and to see where they are. And if they're okay, they might still enter.
Okay. So from all those entries, do you select certain people that will compete, or does all the entries compete?
So basically all the entries will compete. And hence the important part of the preliminary judging. If the guy wants to stand on stage and he feels he's ready, he's more than welcome, but we might shift him from Beachbody to a G model, just to so that it fits in better, and just to make the competition fair, because it's, for most of them, it's their first time. And you can hear when the emails come through and the WhatsApps come through, you can see the concerns from both the men and the ladies that, they don't want to compete, or they want to compete but they don't know where they fit. And exactly why there's a preliminary judging, where our judges are trained on the GBO standards and to know what to look for. So we tell everybody, if you're going to compete, just know, yes, you entered for a model or you entered for fitness, but we might move you so you fit the profile better for the division, and the guys and the girls you're competing against look exactly the same as you.
Okay, and that's interesting. So I just want to have some clarity on something. So you said that the competition is for people to work and transform themselves to be this elite athletes. So let's say you're just a home workout person. Should you be going to the gym constantly to actually take part in this competition? Or should you be on a certain fitness level? I presume that you can't not have worked out ever in your life and now you want to stand on the stage.
Yeah, you know what, Jeanette, there is some people that have fantastic genetics. Yes. Okay, we don't know how they do it, but they have it. I think especially if you look at the swimsuit division and the model division, you will have some guys and girls that really look good with home workouts, and they've trained and they eat correctly, but they might have been training for the past 5 or 10 years, or training all their whole lives. So they actually really look good. So it's not the big girls and the skinny girls, it's the good looking ones. It's they look after their bodies look good, and you get a lot of those guys that we look at, because we train for an hour and a half a day, and you ask the question, how did they do that? But they've been doing it their whole lives, and they're not going to the gym, but they're training hard, and there's space for them. There's space for them in a competition because they actually really look good. So we do get those, both the gentlemen and the ladies that send us photos and ask, am I ready? and we will confirm, and it's sort of very judgy, but we have to say yes or no.
Okay.
Because we don't want you to end up on stage and you really don't look good.
Yeah.
So we try to rather help them out. There's coaches in Namibia that are really trying to help out, some fitness coaches, some personal trainers, some nutritional coaches that do help them. And some of them go directly to South Africa and just call the online coaches in South Africa and say, help me, I'm competing in a competition for the first time, help me out. So there is help out there, and we really try to push them to the right person to help them out and to see where they can be in 2 to 3 months' time.
This is so exciting because it's another platform that's being created. Can you perhaps just touch on what this can mean for the fitness industry in Namibia?
So, you know, it's one of the reasons why we created GBO in Namibia was the fact that there is nothing currently. So we had some competitions in the past, but the scale of it was not big. And you wanted to do something that's more an international standard, that you know once you compete in this event, you can compete on a later stage internationally, which means you can go to South Africa, and then from South Africa you can go to USA or Europe to compete on a different stage. But it's all about the idea of helping people to transform their bodies and to see what they can do with their bodies and realize, wow, for the first time in my life I actually have a six-pack, and that never ever happened before. Or the first time I can see my quads, I can actually see my glutes shape, I can see my shoulder shape. And they never realized they could do it until they were pushed in the direction of a competition.
Yeah.
You know what, I committed to this competition, you know, and I think that's the main game, is for people to see what's possible. And I've seen so many ladies, men, old and young, transform their bodies that look amazing. And again, this is just the start. We only have these divisions. In general, you will have about 10 to 15 divisions, because I want to get the older guys, the dad bods, to compete, because you have the over 40s and over 50 divisions. But again, this is just the start, as introduction to, again, getting excited about transforming your body and showing off on stage.
That's so cool. And will this be happening every year?
We'll try. The best we can try at the moment is to do at least 2 shows a year. So we want to do this one at the end of November, the 27th of November, and as soon as April again, just to make sure the guys stay in shape. Winter will give them better off, and then coming maybe October, November next year, we will do another show. But the idea is, again, is once you compete here, you can compete in SA competitions. So if there's another show happening in SA, you can go, you can compete.
Okay, thank you so much, Riaan. That was so interesting, and I can't wait to see what the Titan Elite competitions will bring forth.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for having me. We're really excited about it, and we're really, really excited about you and your competing, because I heard this for the first time, so I'm excited.
Yeah, okay, thank you so much. Okay, we will see you guys in a bit.
We're here with Suki, and tell us what you do for GBO.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Suki, I'm from Great Britain. I run NFM UK, which is the amateur league for the GBO. So we have 2 shows a year. We've got 10 competitors from Great Britain. Last year we had 3. This time we've gone up by 7, and next year I think we've got 25 going to GBO Pro shows. So we're going, and yeah, I'm just so proud of. I've seen all the British guys and girls on stage. It's phenomenal.
So tell us, what do you think has been the biggest contributor to the growth?
I think the big thing is the family aspect. You know, everyone does feel, you saw earlier when we did the walk, when we did the parade, everyone comes back, no egos, showcasing their flags, and that is a big aspect. People come back if they feel they are looked after, that they feel part of the family, and they see progression and growth. But that's it. I mean, GBO is going to be going on for like 4 or 5 years. So that is the infancy in like US bodybuilding. So, and you see today, $50,000. Like, where no, I don't know any show. I've seen federations in the UK that's gone on for 10, 20 years. Not even offer anywhere near that.
Right. That's outstanding, and we keep hearing over and over again the athlete centric. They're athlete. They care about the athlete. Tell us some of the things that they do specifically for the athletes that maybe some other federations don't.
Well, I mean, for a start, I mean, look, take away the prize money. The prize money is always fantastic, but I mean, like from my side, because I've been in support for GBO since last year, since I met Chris Proctor, European director, since Bob came over the first time on my May show. You know, for myself, I fund the flight and accommodation, 5 days accommodation over in America. So I put a lot of money for the Brits, and I'm getting messages all the time from the British athletes, like they want to come out here, but they don't care about paying their way. But this show, seeing 10 competitors out there, they're seeing this, they're seeing the competition, people moving from one federation to another, they're seeing this and they want to be part of it. You know, the prize money is just the icing on the cake. But you know what's bigger? Every person has asked, has looked at that trophy, like, I want to take that trophy home. That's the one, that's what I want on my mantelpiece. So I'm excited, I'm hoping Great Britain cleans up, but let's face it, the Americans have turned up, the Mexicans, South America, every country's turned up, but of course, you know, I'm always going to be biased by homegrown.
Understood. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you later in the program.
And, obviously, great work with interviews. I know the athletes all appreciate it. It's just something new to do. So obviously, once again, great job for GBO, the athletes. Everything looks fantastic, and you know, let's bring our finals.
Great. All right. Thank you.
No problem.
So that brings us to the end of this episode today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will definitely be competing in that competition. I'll try to. So if you are interested in doing that, in competing, please go to their Facebook page, go on their website, check out what they have and what you can do, and start training already. So let's go do those push-ups, go do your squats, go for your run, go to the gym, start exercising now. And if you can't compete this year, you can always compete next year. So this will hopefully be a continuous thing. It will be a recurring event, so I'm pretty excited for that. I hope you guys are as well. So I will see you all next time.